Islanders, if you keep up with social media, you know it is cruise news overload right now. Hurricane Milton is about to impact Florida. The rain has already started. The hurricane will arrive tonight or early tomorrow morning. We've got a couple of songs that we're going to mash into the show today. Should I stay or should I go? Should we stay here in Arkansas? Should we go ahead in 24 hours and head to Fort Lauderdale? We're talking about it on the show today. We're also going to talk about Free Bird. Yeah, a wild story. Birds getting into a cruise ship cabin, getting onto a cruise ship. I'll show you the video. We will wonder what's going on while we all sing Free Bird together. And then we're going to discuss Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean has decided you're not paying enough for your gratuities, your crew appreciation. They're going to make you pay more starting November the 1st. We will also share that news as well. We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. A big happy Wednesday to all you Islanders. We hope that you're having a good day. We are right here on Island Time. I am Derek. Let's drop our anchors and take some time to relax in the islands together. From the top of the show today, we are praying for our friends in Florida, for all of you that are being impacted. All of us Islanders around the country, around the world are keeping our eyes on what's going on. We hope that the storm passes quick, that there's minimal damage, and that everyone can rebuild ASAP. With that said, it's hard to believe Amanda and I are set to leave in just 24 hours, to leave Arkansas, to head to Fort Lauderdale. Princess Cruises sent us an email last night that said the cruise, as current conditions and what they know, is still taking place. They have invited us down there to see the new Sun Princess, to cruise on her from Friday until Monday. And we still, at this time, halfway through the day on Wednesday, are still set to go to Florida. We've done some things in precaution. We're keeping up with the governor there in Florida, Governor DeSantis, and if visitors should visit the state or not. Certain parts of the state, that answer is no. We don't need visitors right now. Some of it is yes, you can come. We're staying up to date with conditions in Fort Lauderdale. We've called our hotel even to say, do you need our room for someone else to stay in? Are people going to Fort Lauderdale and escaping from their home and things like that? Do we need to cancel our room? They said, no, we have availability. We have many rooms available. Don't worry about doing that. So right now, we're set to go. If the airport is open in Fort Lauderdale, we will fly there tomorrow. We'll stay in our hotel. If the ship can get in on Friday, then we will sail the Sun Princess and bring you with us. We'll have lots of live content and vlogs as well. Again, we're praying for everyone in the path of the storm and hope that everyone, family, friends, property, everything will be okay in the days ahead. Share your love and well wishes for our Islander community in Florida in the comments section below. Let's move on to some cruise news here from Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean taking some heat for this one. They've announced that gratuities are set to increase November the 1st. Is it just me? Or does this seem to happen every time I change my underwear? It seems like gratuities continue to raise cruise on after cruise on after cruise on. It's like an auctioning system, really. Royal Caribbean shared via email that November the 1st, in just a few weeks, gratuities will raise by 50 cents per person per day. The email shared this. For standard inventory, which is just about every cabin, new gratuity guidelines will nominally increase from $18 to $18.50 per guest per day, while suites will change from $20.50 to $21 per person per day. It sounds like nothing, right? 50 cents per person per day is nothing. But as I said at the top of the story, this seems to happen over and over. This is the second time in just over a year that Royal Caribbean has increased gratuities, the crew appreciation, 2 times in just over a year. And if you look at a 2-year period from 2022 until now, gratuities have increased by $4 per person per day. That's an incremental change. That's a 25% increase over a 2-year span. And I know inflation's out there. I know that this money goes to crew members, but it also hits the pocket sometimes of cruisers. If you look at $4 per person per day times a family of 4 on a 7-day cruise. It's $112 that families are spending if they cruise 2 times a year, 3 times a year. All of a sudden, that money does add up. And it seems like that when cruise lines do this, when one cruise line does this, the other cruise lines come in and say, you know what? 50 cents, let's go. 60 cents, a dollar. It seems like cruise lines build on each other. And the question really is, which cruise line will be next to increase gratuities? We don't know that. It hadn't been announced yet, but I'm sure in the coming 30 days, 60 days, there will be another cruise line who says, you know what, we're going to raise our gratuities as well. Again, in the back of your mind, you think about these go to the crew members that help make our cruise a great cruise, but it just shows you that the increase of everything over time, and this is not the only gratuity. We pay gratuities on spa services, sometimes 18 or 20%. You pay gratuities on your drink package, 18 or 20%. Whether or not you know this line item does have an impact on your cruise. I think a lot of us, we appreciate the work that is done by our cabin steward, by those who are preparing and cooking and serving our food. But time after time, a 25% increase sometimes is tough. We're going to pay it. And these are voluntary gratuities. I really wonder that over time, will these incremental increases result in more people removing these gratuities at guest services? I don't know if that's the case, but I'm sure you've probably seen on your cruise that long line at guest services on the last day or two of the cruise, and you know what they're doing. You know what's going on. They're taking the gratuities off. Hopefully we don't see an increase in that. Do you think we will? Let us know in the comments section below as we share something wild. Free bird. Yeah, there are wild things that take place on cruise ships. There are wild things that take place in the cabin of cruise ships. The walls are thin. Things take place. This is actually the wild being in the cabin. Look at this video here. This is from Chanel Bethley, and you can see that dozens and dozens of wild birds are flying in her cabin. I thought this was AI generated when I first saw this video, but it is not. This is a real video, a real situation that took place. Carnival has said nothing about this yet, but people who are familiar with this and saw an incident take place either on the Freedom or the Glory, one of those ships, saw these birds who infiltrated a cruise ship. They were not just in this cabin. They were in public areas. They were around the outdoor areas of the cruise ship, around the sports court and things like that. The birds may have been moving away from the hurricane, may have been migrating from one place to another. But this is a wild video, and I hope that this guy that's in the cabin is singing Free Bird. Free bird while these birds are flying around trying to be free. They need a cruise vacation too, do they not? They do. It's a wild video that I wanted to share with you on the show today. I have never seen anything like this. I have seen at port, sometimes the birds will be flying around when we're at port, and they're trying to find someone who leaves their plate. They want that juicy guy's burger. They can smell it. They know that it tastes good. The ship was just there last week, and they try to land. And you can see sometimes crew members running over and shooing them off. I've seen that before in port, but I've never seen anything like that. What would be your reaction if that was your cabin? Would you open the balcony door, let them fly free? Would you open the cabin door and run away? Let us know what you think, what you would do in the comment section below. Islanders, that is the cruise news. We're going to pack our bags and maybe head to Florida. We will see, keep up with our journeys. And of course, we're praying for everyone in Florida. Stay safe. Listen to your local officials. And of course, check in from time to time. Whenever you're on our Facebook page, we would love for you to say, hey, I am okay. If you need anything, share that with us as well. Islanders, we'll see you in the comments section below. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Island Time.